This lesson is just to give you basic understanding of the Scrum framework. So let's begin our journey into the world of Scrum. Scrum is a framework that allows you to develop products and processes most efficiently. Scrum is founded on empiricism and lean thinking. Empiricism asserts that knowledge comes from experience and making decisions based on what is observed. Lean thinking reduces waste and focuses on the essentials. Three pillars uphold every implementation of empirical process control: transparency, inspection, and adaptation. Successful use of Scrum depends on people becoming more proficient in living five values: commitment, focus, openness, respect, courage. There are three accountabilities in Scrum: product owner, only one person; Scrum Master, also only one person; and developers, usually from 6 to 10 developers, but it is no limits in Scrum. Scrum consists of events. The main event is sprint. It usually takes from 1 to 4 weeks or a month is the maximum duration of the sprint. There are 4 events in sprint. Sprint planning, beginning event of Scrum where the Scrum team decides what to take into the sprint. Daily Scrum, a 15 minutes everyday event only for developers. Here, developers are talking about what they are doing, what they will do, and whether they have any impediments. Then the sprint review. Here the Scrum team meets stakeholders and they, Scrum team, show what they have done in the sprint. After it's required to hold the sprint retrospective where the Scrum team discusses any issue or problem about the definition of done. Scrum artifacts represent work or value. They are designed to maximize the transparency of key information. Thus, everyone inspecting them has the same basis for adaptation. There are 3 Scrum artifacts. Product backlog. The product backlog is an emergent ordered list of what is needed to improve the product. It is the single source of work undertaken by the Scrum team. Sprint backlog. The sprint backlog is composed of the sprint goal, the set of product backlog items selected for the sprint, as well as an actionable plan for delivering the increment. Increment. An increment is a concrete stepping stone toward the product goal. Each increment is additive to all prior increments and thoroughly verified, ensuring that all increments work together. In order to provide value, the increment must be usable. Each artifact contains a commitment to ensure it provides information that enhances transparency and focus against which progress can be measured. For the product backlog, it is the product goal, and it describes a future state of the product which can serve as a target from the Scrum team to plan against. For the sprint backlog, it is the sprint goal. The sprint goal is the single objective for the sprint. For the increment, it is the definition of done. The definition of done is a formal description of the state of the increment when it meets the quality measures required for the product. These commitments exist to reinforce empiricism and the Scrum values for the Scrum team and their stakeholders. At the end of this lesson, I would like to quote the words from the Scrum Guide. The Scrum framework, as outlined herein, is immutable. While implementing only parts of Scrum is possible, the result is not Scrum. Scrum exists only its entirety and functions well as a container for other techniques, methodologies, and practices.